Number 28, Thierry Papadimitriou.
Test 1 2, mic check, test 1 2.
Help us level the playing field. Sign the parliamentary petition today to fuel the growth and fund the game.
wherever you are watching us here on the NPL Victoria YouTube channel. Firstly, hope you're well, hope you're enjoying your Monday evening. It is round 14 in Senol NPL Victoria. Most importantly, I hope you're warm because it is just about bucketing down right now here at Lakeside Stadium. South Melbourne versus Avondale in the final game of round 14 in Senol NPL Victoria on this Monday night. My name is Adam Sarikoglu and I am quite pleased to be here at Lakeside and probably pleased that I'm undercover as well because only a minute or two ago this rain has started to come down well, pretty heavily. The teams during the pre-game warm-ups did not have the rain to contend with, but it has been quite wet in Melbourne today, and so it will be some very soggy conditions out there on what is a pretty good-looking deck here at Lakeside Stadium. Well, as we know, with South Melbourne and their OFC Pro League commitments, which did come to a conclusion just yesterday, it has been a tale of two squads for Hellas, and indeed it is the squad that we've become a little bit more accustomed to in recent games in Senol NPL Victoria that rolls out here tonight against Avondale. You can look at the table and see that it's 5th v 6th and a heavyweight matchup. Two teams that have played in big games at cup level and in big finals at league level in recent years. South Melbourne are rolling out the youngsters yet again against a stacked Avondale outfit. There are 3 changes for South Melbourne from the team that went down 4-0 to Caroline Springs George Cross last start in NPL Victoria. Antoine Van Riet gets the start in goal tonight. 3rd senior start for Antoine Van Riet. He is replacing Jaden Schmeling in goal for South Melbourne. The other inclusions are Shay Gore Birchmore and Oliver Pertz for George Savastavros and Joseph Pisano. Savastavros, he's on the bench this evening. And for Avondale, 2 changes from the side that went down 3-0 to Hume City in round 13 in Senol NPL Victoria. And Yukmal and Jacob Muir is back into the lineup tonight as well. They are starting ahead of the suspended Stefan Valentini. And Emily Wellsmore is not in the squad tonight either for the team that is in their all-white kit here tonight. Avondale, the visiting team, as Murphy Bennett sends a very early cross in. They're looking to apply the early pressure here. Avondale, George Ott was the target. There's been starved of regular chances at scoring this year, George Ott, just the 2 goals to his name. They do, Avondale, have the league's leading scorer in Bruno Fornaroli, who starts tonight with the captain's armband. Coming into the round, the only player in double figures in the Golden Boot tallies. So here is Antoine Van Riet, who will clear out for South Melbourne. So all in all, when you think about it, relatively steady lineup and just a little bit of consistency with the more senior regulars winding up their duties in the OFC Pro League. And a lot of these boys have had some decent experience now in senior NPL Victoria. As the throw is taken by Gore Birchmore. Under a fair bit of pressure from the aerial ball. They concede an early corner. South Melbourne. And there may actually be some last-minute changes to the shirt numbers, or indeed the 11 out there for South Melbourne. We'll try to get ourselves across those really late changes from the team sheets that were submitted. Let's have a look at what happens with this corner for Avondale. It's going to fall somewhere near Max Green. Ball's come all the way back out to Seita Murray, who went for it all. It wasn't really anywhere near the target in the end. The corner did come in from Blake Carpenter. Blonde locks and all tonight for Blake Carpenter. And he's having a really, really good year. 3 goals to his name. And already another goal kick for Antoine Van Riet. South absorbing some early pressure here from their really experienced opponents here tonight. Not the result that South were looking for against Auckland yesterday in the AFC Pro League final. It's been such a heavy schedule for South Melbourne, juggling all of the various competitions they've been playing in. One that they're not in anymore is the Doherty Cup. They won't be defending their title there this year. And so the schedule will eventually settle down for them. Fascinating now to see what Siniska Hadzic will do to manage his players that have had such heavy loads of late. There are some big league fixtures coming up for South Melbourne. Hume City is the team that's next up. It actually sort of eases up on them after the Hume City game that's coming up next weekend. Let's have a look at Bruno Fornaroli here. Just lost his footing. Fair challenge. Ball comes out wide to Bennett. And he will cross in, hoping to find George Ott. A little play on from Kunfunda. And South tried to drive forward through Matthew Di Lorenzo. Indeed, they will get their first look in the front third here tonight. Gore Birchmore will take the throw here. Jack Gibson will get his first touch tonight in the Avondale goal. Avondale's form of late has been outstanding in NPL Victoria. They're still on a cup run as well. But the stumble against Hume City last week was a 3-0 loss. They won 4 of their last 5. 6 of their last 7 in all competitions going into the Hume game last week. And they've handed a few significant losses to their opponents of late. The previous 2 league fixtures prior to the Hume one saw them put 5 away on their opponent. Last time they met South Melbourne here, it was that number again, a 5-0 win in August last year. The form line in this direct head-to-head matchup of late has been quite mixed. South Melbourne on the opening day of the season for these two sides back in round 1, got the 2-0 win. Max Mikola and Giannakopoulos scoring on that day. A result that came as a surprise to a few, but Avondale under the new regime now. Jonathan Gamano and Zoran Markovsky moving over to Preston Lions, so it was a completely new setup for Avondale. Took them a while to get going, but they've settled in nicely now, hoping to get the bounce-back result here tonight against the youth or South Melbourne side that we have here. Jay Ger-Borchmore will go down the line. And Noah Grieve on the hop, couldn't really keep the ball under control. Rain has dissipated now. It's coming down a little heavily at kickoff. That's gone away for the time being. That could be on and off all night here. The pitch is in immaculate condition. This is the premium venue in Senol NPL Victoria now. The league did announce a little while ago now that this year's grand final will be locked into here again after a packed crowd saw Heidelberg take down Dandenong City last year in the decider. We are back here again this coming September. Carpenter going along the grounds. And it's easily enough dealt with by the South Melbourne defence as we see Grieve take a little run down this left side. Siute Towns applying the pressure on Grieve. He's got some help, Towns. It's Mo that comes in. Murai, that's a dangerous ball inboard. And so Dovison is looking to see if he could turn and go. There was nothing on offer. Angus Angelides going wide. Souther in a corner, which will be taken by Matthew Di Lorenzo. Still just trying to work out. There is one South Melbourne player that has a shirt number that is not on any of the listed team sheets. We'll see if we can get some sort of confirmation on who that is. Gibson had to dive because there was a ball coming in, but it didn't get through all of the traffic that had flooded the box. And so South want to buy some more time and go again. Angelados, it's Angus. Jerry starting tonight as well. Went to a Grieve. Towns again applying that pressure. And he did not keep it in play. And so South Melbourne continuing to press here. Gore Birchmore. Just to be careful with some of the railing that's beside the athletics track here. It's going to land right at the top of the penalty box and just keep bouncing away. George Ott playing it forward in the direction of a Ukmal. Van Wright hoping to pick out Dovison, doesn't do so. Carpenter, who's made contact with the ball and it just actually landed in a really dangerous spot, not far away from Bruno Fornaroli at all. Fornaroli couldn't do anything with it in the end. Muir. First appearance for Avondale since April 24 against Heidelberg. Still no Matt Reid in the lineup. There's Bennett. He sent a few crosses already here tonight from that right side. No one marking the back post for either team. Muir for Fornaroli. And he ran out of real estate in the end. He's slowly being tracked by Papadimitriou. Going all the way back to Jack Gibson. This is Flotman. Muir back to Flotman. Just trying to set up Bennett out wide. He went a little straighter than that. But now had fallen over. Gore Birchmore was on the scene pretty quickly. Goes with the 1-2. Confunda tried to set up Gore Birchmore. So South Melbourne have had a couple of flurries early on here. By no means is this being dominated by Avondale early stages. It's been a string of heavy defeats for South Melbourne in the league of late. As the Pro League got to the business end. Flotman. Tounce. Happy to be patient and share it around the back here, Avondale. Flotman takes the longer ball in, hoping to pick out Fornaroli. Fornaroli's got two defenders to deal with here. One of them was Papadimitriou, who was working really hard. Avondale can take a corner. Setu Murai will send one in from the far side, from our vantage point, the far side here. Shallow ball in. Got away from Green. Mo out wide. The flag goes up on Fornaroli. He will remain on 10 goals for the time being in Senol NPL Victoria. Is there an injury concern? Antoine Van Ruyt, the goalkeeper for South Melbourne, seems to be favouring his left knee. He did replace Jaden Schmeling as the starting keeper tonight. Schmeling is potentially getting prepared here. Has taken the subs vest off, and this might be a forced early change for South Melbourne. Schmeling is putting the gloves on and warming up. And so I think the hosts will be happy with what they've been able to put out here so far. Avondale certainly look the more threatening team, as you would imagine. Bruno Fornaroli on a couple of occasions has nearly gotten loose and been able to get Avondale on the board. Found the back of the net a minute ago before the offside flag denied the score going onto the board. Jaden Schmeling continues to warm up here as the medical staff attends it to Antoine Van Ruyt. It's his third senior start for South Melbourne here. Van Ruyt will take the free kick. Schmeling continuing to warm up just in case. Ball going down the line. Ott. It's going to fall back to Carpenter. Muir, searching ball in between Ott and Green. Carpenter, flick back in the general direction of Max Green. Green can take the throw here. There's no Emlyn Wellsmore, no Stefan Valentini. He's out suspended. 5 yellow cards now for Valentini. This season, sits out tonight. Next league fixture for Avondale There's a home game against Bentley on Saturday. And then they'll have cup action against the North Sunshine Eagles. That's slated to be an away game. It'll be just over a week from now. 8 nights away that game. Well claimed in the air by Van Reet. The quick release out wide. And it was Dovison pumping the legs hard. But he had nowhere to go by way of a passing option. I think it... We'll just see what the whistle is for here. I think it might be Jake Brown, possibly in the number 50 shirt. Well, it's Oliver Pert. Well, no, it is Oliver Pert. Just having that confirmed now. Oliver Pert in the number 50 shirt. Free kick to be taken by Di Lorenzo. And that ball tracked all the way through to Gibson. A long range dish off out toward Carpenter was really good. Towns to Muir. Avondale more than happy to bide their time here. They have been in hot scoring form of late. This will be a goal kick for Van Wright. Muir meets it in the air. Towns was set upon quickly. Van Wright leaving the box. Bruno Fornaroli right there. Took the hip and shoulder. Then Oliver Pert went down the line. Oliver Pert is in his number 40. And so maybe it is Jake Brown in 50. We'll do our best to confirm that. Apologies. It was Jake Brown listed starting in 32. That appears to be the missing shirt number out there. Mo almost got there. Grieve was very keen to pass it quickly back toward Gore Birchmore. Muir. Quarter of the way through this game. Not much to write home about so far. Mo, good build up, got the ball from Murray. Then right, gets in behind it. Confunda had nowhere to go in the air. And so this is a familiar sight. Avondale casually starting a new attack through Muir and Flotman. This is Patrick Flotman. Jacob Muir has been plenty busy playing from the back so far. First game in a month for him. Muir. Mo. Murray. Flotman. Ultra patience from Jonathan Gamano's men. The South Melbourne press just is relentless with this particular possession. It forces eventually a mistake. Can they sustain it and make a run themselves? It's Pert. Went long it. Went long quickly. Grieve believes that throw was going South's way. It does go South's way. Jay Gore Birchmore. We've had a few long throws into the box, South Melbourne so far. George Ott. Just pulling some of the tricks out, and then he gave away the foul. And Ricardo Confunda. Set piece chance here for South Melbourne. They're one good strike away from taking an unlikely lead here. Thierry Papadimitriou to take it. Gets around the wall. Gibson had to make the save. It's going to be a corner. A lovely set piece from Thierry Papadimitriou. Jack Gibson with the hops. A corner for South Melbourne. It's not the first one they've had here tonight. Di Lorenzo to take it. Jack Gibson takes the chest mark to finally kill off that attack for South Melbourne. Angelatos. Di Lorenzo. Murray to Ott. Fornaroli, but he's absolutely surrounded. Ott had slightly more space. His shot was blocked. Max Green surrounded by too much blue as well. And the blue wall is not penetrated this time. They've been stern in defence so far tonight, South Melbourne. Muir. Van Wright had to stop the ball dead. avoid giving away the corner. So we're getting close to a third of the way through here tonight. No score. Avondale rolling out a pretty strong lineup here. No Wellsmore. No Steph Valentini. Valentini suspended. Well, the only two changes made by Jonathan Gamano. Coming off decent rest as well, this being a Monday night fixture. The mistake from Brown opens up the door for Fornaroli. Fornaroli is trying to cut back onto the left here. Bennett made the run in. Another Murphy Bennett cross in. Not amounting to any chance of goal for Avondale. A dangerous moment. Brown nearly gave it all away to Fornaroli. Could have gone on one with the keeper. Gore Birchmore. Pressure was coming in late from Green. Here's Flotman. Fornaroli surrounds it again. And the opening's there, and an easy goal for Avondale in the end.
Goal for Avondale.
It's Patrick Flotman. He gets his second of the season. That time the dam wall had burst. Avondale on the board. It had been a couple of minutes where South were increasingly coming under more and more pressure. And Avondale eventually just forced their way through. Patrick Flotman's the one that gets on the score sheet right on the half-hour mark. And the task now for South Melbourne's not to let the dam wall completely burst here. Kunfunza. Now wide for Grieve. Georgiot working incredibly hard to keep the ball alive. Couldn't do so. Another throw for Gore Birchmore. Grief. Kunfunza. Towns goes to grounds. And the foul is called. Among the issues in the match centre on dribble is we don't have referee appointments displayed here tonight. Again, if I find out, I will tell you. We don't have them for the time being. Muir. Avondale's ball movement hasn't been completely clean either. Here's Green. Lovely little touch there by George Ott. Green was off to the races. It's a corner for Avondale. To be taken by Blake Carpenter. Took them half an hour to get on the board. Are they within minutes of making it a 2-0 lead here? Neuro's the short option is available to Blake Carpenter. Some issues to sort out in the penalty box before Blake Carpenter gets his green light. Corner incoming. It's a penetrating ball as well. Got cleared out. Green came flying in. Brown couldn't clear out fully. Fornaroli wanted to get fancy for a moment, but the room ran out on him. Angelatos only had it for a moment. Say to Murai. Mo is available on this left side. Goes there now. Taking on Jerry Angelatos. Who puts him down. Gives away the free kick. Looks like Blake Carpenter is conferencing as to who's going to take this ball. George Ott's at the back post as he put it away. A lovely finish. It's 2-0.
Goal for
Understated celebration. What a quality ball in that was. And just knocked in so nonchalantly by George Ott. Avondale get 2 in 5 minutes here. It's 3 goals to his name for the season in NPL Victoria. He did score one of those 5 goals at Avondale, put past South Melbourne here in August, late in the season last year. 0-0 becomes 2-0 relatively quickly as Max Green goes down. While not really being directly involved in play, Dolverson has the ball run away from him. Patrick Flotman and George Ott, your scorers here for Avondale. As they completely wrest control of this game away from the youthful South Melbourne team that we have here tonight. They've had some pretty tough fixtures that they've had to navigate in the league, this obviously being one of them. Had they've had more of their full-strength lineup, this would have been an absolute blockbuster here tonight. Oh, good save, Van Wright. Some good goalkeeping on display in both goals. Van Wright denies the long ranger. Avondale will get a corner. Previous goal came from a set piece. George Ott just tapping in at the back post. He's marked in a similar spot here. Ball's coming in from the other side this time though. Carpenter overhits it by some margin. Yeah, they've made a meal of that one. Gore Birchmore needs to wipe the ball down. Slippery deck here. Absolute carpet here at Lakeside Stadium, but some fairly consistent rainfall throughout the day, and at kickoff we had some. Flopman for Towns. The South Melbourne resistance lasted a good half hour. Now they just need to stem the flow. Terry Papadimitriou, not long before the first goal went in for Avondale, he took a free kick that cleared the wall, was on target, had to be tipped over the crossbar via a really good save from Jack Gibson. So South got close to taking a lead here. And Antoine Van Wright, only a few minutes ago, equally good save after the long ranger, which I think was from Bruno Fornaroli. Fornaroli found himself out of position there as he went long lateral toward Muir. Muir keeps on running. Carpenter. Carpenter colliding. The South Melbourne player stood in front of him. It was Angel Atos. This is Murphy Bennett. Grieve. After cutting off the ball forward that came from Muir. South couldn't maintain the possession. Never really had it to begin with. 4 minutes left before we reach half-time. Only one injury stoppage. That was for Antoine Van Wright, the South Melbourne goalkeeper, with some sort of knee issue. Put a stop to a game for about a minute or two. Far too much power behind the ball. Out wide for Ayukmo. A lot of instruction coming from Jack Gibson, the Avondale goalkeeper here tonight. Not so much coming out of Bruno Fornaroli, who is wearing the captain's armband here. Ball doesn't get through to Fornaroli. Murai on the follow-up. Fornaroli goes first time. Draws the save out of Antoine Van Wright. Another corner. Fornaroli can just do that. He's so good at catching keepers off guard. I think the goal he scored against Dinamo earlier in the season didn't even look like he got the pure connection with the ball that he probably would have wanted there, but still nonetheless it was on target and forced a corner. As Avondale get playing dispossessed here, it's Di Lorenzo who takes it away from Saito Murai. And South haven't had too many looks forward of late. Grieve is going to be second to the ball here and win it. But there's no one in the box for him right now. Dolphinson was his only target. It was cleared away easily enough in the end. But that was a moment that would have had Avondale a little bit worried. Di Lorenzo again. Back to Brown. Jake Brown. And he's not in the number 32 shirt here tonight. Here's George Ott. Miro. Towns out wide for Carpenter. Was not a bad ball at all. And Van Wright not read it well. Fornaroli was right there to tap in number 3 for Avondale tonight. Final minute of this first half. May well get a minute or two because of the Van Wright injury. The pinballs around. Otts. Fornaroli with the man on. Going back to Towns and Carpenter. There are 2 minutes to be added on.
Fourth official has indicated there'll be a minimum of 2 minutes of added time.
Towns. Back to Carpenter. Avondale quite content with their 2-0 advantage. They might press for one more going into the sheds. Over the top for Bennett, this ball goes. Antoine Van Wright will take the goal kick. So in the first half hour, South did well to take it up to Avondale. Best chance they got was via a free kick that was really well taken by Thierry Papadimitriou. Forced Jack Gibson to jump high and tip it over the crossbar. So Tamiro's gone down here. Avondale free kick coming up. Might be the last play we see here in the first half, but after the half-hour mark, 2 goals for Avondale. Patrick Flotman just really forcing it in. Finding an opening through a crowded box to get it through for the first goal. 5 minutes later, George Ott tap in back post as we see the header missed. Flotman again was there. We are at half-time at Lakeside Stadium.
Half-time here at Lakeside Stadium.
Good effort by South Melbourne, but their more experienced opponents have 2 goals on the board. Avondale, Patrick Flotman and George Ott, the scorers. It is half-time on a Monday night here at Lakeside Stadium. Round 14 action in Senol NPL Victoria. We'll take our half-time break, come back and take in the second half. In about 15 or so minutes from now, we are going to take our break. It is South Melbourne 0, Avondale 2. Back underway at Lakeside Stadium. Monday night football in Senol NPLM Victoria. It is South Melbourne 0, Avondale 2. My name's Adam Sarikoglu. Hope you're warm, wherever you may be watching us around the world. On a slightly drizzly Monday evening by the Albert Park Lake here, we have an early chance here for South Melbourne to go on the attack. They'll get a throw in the front third. It took a half hour for Avondale to get going, take advantage of the vastly superior experience they have over their South Melbourne counterparts out here tonight. They got 2 goals in 5 minutes. It was Patrick Flotman and George Ott within 5 minutes of each other, just after the half hour mark, putting a bit of separation between Avondale and South Melbourne on the scoreboard here. George Ott's been presenting up and helping out defensively where he can so far tonight. Gets bowled over here. And so you see Tamure be the target of the ball coming forward. Jake Brown was there for South Melbourne. Throw coming up for Blake Carpenter. Saw Shea Gore, Birchmore take quite a few throws from this area in the first half. Only one real chance that South Melbourne had. It was from a free kick. A well taken one by Thierry Papadimitriou. Goal kick is the call here. Yanni Zizis is our referee here tonight. Able to get that confirmed to half time. And the squad management challenges that Nishigat Hartic and South Melbourne have had it all season long. It moves into a new phase now for the OC Pro League, wrapped up. Unfortunately, South Melbourne not getting the result they wanted against Auckland yesterday. And so they can refocus all their efforts back into NPL Victoria, a league in which they did lead on top of the table rather recently until they weren't able to roll out their regulars at league level. And they've suffered some heavy defeats as a result in recent times. Took a look at what the upcoming fixture does look like for Hellas. It's a rather tough game at Hume City coming up on Saturday. Hume City team that just toppled Avondale by 3-0 last weekend. After that, the upcoming fixtures: Altona, Bentley, Green Gully, and Dandenong Thunder. And so there might be a chance for South Melbourne to give whatever players a rest and a break that need that time off, if they can potentially allow that to happen, and then get some points in the league again after a bit of a dry stretch for obvious reasons of so few senior regulars playing in the league of late. The way the fixtures open up for them just might give them a chance now to get going into the league season again. Otts with the cross back in is taken by Antoine Van Rijk. This is Dovison. It's not a bad ball for Noah Grieve. And Grieve, who showed some signs in the first half that he could be one that provides some attacking dash for South. Doesn't get his chance this time. South have started the second half well enough here. It's Di Lorenzo trying to get the combo going with Grieve. The touchline was looming. be a 6-day break for the regulars if they roll out against Hume City. Some of these boys that are out here, it may well be their last chance to put their name up in lights at senior level and stake their claims as a future regular in the senior lineup. South Melbourne have so heavily relied on their under-23s, under-20s to get them through this portion of the season. And they certainly put up a good showing in the first half hour here tonight. Avondale have been quite patient. Not try to force anything in attack. Blake Carpenter eventually dismisses Seta Murray. Says this is my free kick to take. A lot of players have pushed up here. Everyone except for Murphy Bennett. Max Green tried to corral the ball in as it got thrown out wide. Towns just popped up like a sprinkler and won the ball back for Avondale. Carpenter. Murray misses his chance to set up Bruno Fornaroli. Carpenter switching sides right now. Towns. Good work on Zolverson. Ott going out wide for Mo. One way to the other. It's gone right across. That's a no goal. Gore Birchmore.
Goal for Avondale FC.
It's an own goal. It's 3-0 Avondale. It was an own goal off Luca Trubiano a couple of weeks ago against Heidelberg. Another one here tonight. South Melbourne might be close to making some changes as well. No changes coming from half-time. 3-0. So it looks like we're not too far away from some Hallis substitutes here. The fixture's just starting to get away from them. Fourth official gets the board ready. George Sapastavros, who did start last week against Caroline Springs, George Cross, will be one of the players coming on. Looks like Max Green's just requiring, I don't know if it was just getting a sip of water or actually needed some medical attention there. It's been a while since the goal went in. Bit of a delay here. As we look over to the left of screen, the reason is we've got some running repairs on the nets here right now. And so that is the cause of the delay. The marshal gives the thumbs up. The net is in good working order once more. Yanni Jesus does resume play now. Three 0 Avondale. Carpenter. Bennett just in a moment of confusion with Ute Towns, nearly gave it up there. Jacob Muir a bit dirty on himself after he released that ball. nowhere near his target of Yukmo. George Savastavros still waiting to come on, still getting his instructions. Might be seeing an Avondale move soon as well. Here's Otts. Fornaroli. Max Green. Tipped right on the crossbar. Van Wright stayed in play. Dangerous cross in from Bennett. Subs for both teams waiting to come on. There'll be a double move coming up for Avondale. We think George Savastavros is the one coming on for South Melbourne shortly. There might be another teammate of his entering the fray as well. Game's at 3-0 right now. Avondale well in control. Carpenter did keep it alive. He was being tracked by Brown. Angus Angelatos lets it go out. Here are the moves. Jacob Muir is being replaced by Dylan Anasovsky.
Jacob Muir, and coming on number 15, Dylan Anasovsky.
Tanasovsky comes on for Muir. He gets just under an hour on his return. First appearance in a month for him. Dylan Tanasovsky comes on. That's the first confirmed move. Fourth official's a busy man right now. Blake Carpenter to be replaced by Leon Alizart.
Blake Carpenter coming on, number 33, Leon Alizart.
Maybe South weren't ready to make their move just yet. Subs vest are back on. The players that are still waiting. So that's all we have for the time being. There is a South Melbourne player that has gone to the deck. It looks like it might be Jake Brown. We've had quite a few stoppages already in this second half. A net that needed repairing after the own goal. Jager Birchmore was the player accidentally knocking it in. Leon Alizart's come on and he's doing some run-throughs. South Melbourne now appear to have a triple change coming up. Jake Brown may well be set to be a part of that. He gets up and comes to the sidelines now. Three players ready to come on.
Substitution for South Melbourne FC, coming off number 50, Jake Brown. And coming on number 22, Oliver Ansett.
So Brown coming off might not have been a planned change.
38, Noah Grieve. Coming on number 31, George Savastavros.
Noah Grieve, perhaps a bit of a surprising one. He was one providing some decent looks in attack, but he will make way for George Savastavros.
39, Jerry Angelatos. And coming on number 44, Lee Papagiatis.
Papagiatis is coming on as well for South Melbourne. Jerry Angelatos coming off. The PA system, as always, here coming through loud and clear. Hopefully you heard those announcements from inside Lakeside Stadium here. We're back playing. Savastavros gets some early touches. Gore Birchmore taking the quick throw. Flotman, a goal scorer here tonight. Fornaroli, hoping to get a 1-2 advantage here. Murray is the player that has the ball fall back his way. Collected by Van Wright, who's shown his wares a little bit tonight. He's made some good-looking saves. But Pastagiannis had the ball coming his way. Not the best of throws, though, from Van Wright. Flotman. Alizart. Kicked it straight into Dovison. And Dovison has the flag go up on him. Not overly happy, Campbell Dovison. It's been 3 fixtures without a... We're looking at the 3rd fixture without a score for South Melbourne. The most recent goal scorer in the league is Max Mikola. The 2-1 loss to Melbourne City. They've been knocked out of the Doherty Cup. FC Bulleen took care of business there, 4-1 at JL Murphy Reserve. That game was not played here at Lakeside. South with bigger fish to fry, it would seem. Eventually their full focus will go back onto NPL Victoria. They've got themselves in not a bad spot, given the situation now we're in. 6th on the table coming into tonight. It's a manageable situation from here for South Melbourne as they re-ingratiate the regulars into the league lineup. They were leading the league not too long ago. With all the talk that they weren't respecting NPL Victoria by prioritising other competitions. That chatter had begun at a time when they were actually leading the league. They've fallen off that perch with the heavy losses they've suffered of late. Towns didn't send an authoritative ball back toward Jack Gibson. Confunda, just for a moment, could have taken the ball away and blasted forward for South Melbourne. Back with Gibson once more. Tarnasovsky presenting forward. Ball got blocked. Di Lorenzo really had nowhere to go in the MO. Di Lorenzo went in again. Ball forward from Alizart. Didn't amount to anything. I think it's Angelatos. Angelatos boy out there now. Jerry subbed out a few minutes ago. Murray out wide for Fornaroli. Green. It's a clean enough cross in and headed into the back of the net by Seita Murray. 4-0.
Goal for Avondale FC.
Murray joins George Otts and Patrick Flotman as scorers here tonight. The 3rd of the 4th goals. The 4 goals was an own goal. Seita Murray scores his 4th league goal for Avondale. They're still one away from matching their output last year against South Melbourne. That was a 5-0 win in the middle of August. Valentini, Carpenter, Cuba, Kerr, and George Ott all scoring. All those goals came inside the first 70 minutes of that game. They're going to make amends for the 2-0 loss they suffered in round 1 against South Melbourne. Nicola Giannakopoulos scoring for South. Either side of the halftime break. The form has been mixed between these two. South Melbourne in the Doherty Cup semi-final 3-1 in July. Avondale's home fixture in 2025 was a 4-0 win against South Melbourne. Nui Ahmed, Wellsmore, Trucheski, who is a sub tonight. Mani Agawek all scoring there. Christian Trucheski had such a great first half to the season. Probably won't be needed tonight. He wants to get some run into his legs, and we may well see him. The next fixture is against Bentley Greens on Saturday for Avondale. It's a home fixture. Both teams will be in action basically at the same time on Saturday. Hume City now in the Saturday afternoon time slot that Avondale have had for quite some time. Here's Georgiot. Elizar stretching, but not gaining possession. Patrick Flotman was sliding toward the athletics track. Papastagiadis will take the throw for South Melbourne. Wipes the ball down. Nearly 3/4 of the way through. It was 0-0 after half an hour. Floodgates have opened now. Avondale had a goal difference of +10 coming into tonight. They've done some serious work on their goal difference of late. Took some damage last week against Hume City. They've made up the 3 goals they lost there. And gained 1 more. Bruno Fornaroli not happy with Yanni Zizis right now, as he believes there probably should be a card. There has not been a single caution from Yanni Zizis here tonight. Change for both teams. So for Avondale, Paolo Gattoli is going to replace Murphy Bennett.
Substitution for Avondale FC, coming off number 2, Murphy Bennett, and coming on number 16, Paolo Gattoli.
There's a move coming from South Melbourne as well very shortly. Murphy Bennett was providing plenty of run down the right wing. Some quality crosses sent in throughout the night. Maybe Thomas Killick is going to be the next move for South Melbourne. Alizart eventually seeing off Angelados. Alizart still going. Falls back to Georgiot. It's given up. Di Lorenzo. Pushed off it. Got pushed from behind is the instruction he's given back to Yanni Zizis, who is not interested in engaging in that conversation too much. Dovison traps the ball. And away goes South Melbourne. A rare attack for Hellas here tonight. Savastavros forced to chase after it. Avondale ball. This is set to be South Melbourne's 4th consecutive league loss. They've had to take a few L's across various competitions of late. There'll be a loss in 2 nights for the club. Fornaroli. Running into Oliver Pertz. And it was from this spot in the first half where we saw Terry Papadimitriou take a really, really good free kick on target.
Substitution for
Jack Gibson tipping over the crossbar.
Coming on, number 34, Thomas Killick.
Thomas Killick is going to replace Ricardo Confunda. Antoine Van Wright to be put to the test here. Trying to quell the mastery of Bruno Fornaroli, who's searching for league goal number 11. Proving to be one of the signings of the season in NPL Victoria, Bruno Fornaroli. The league leader for scoring at the halfway mark. Goes for it, just wide. Flotman, great move. Max Green just saw the ball sail past his boots. No, falls over. A chance out the back here. Saba Stavros. It didn't last long though. Ute Towns, with all his poise and experience, getting in the way. Dovison. Killick gets not quite close enough for Thomas Killick to truly test Jack Gibson. It's becoming a tough slog for South Melbourne. High boot, that from our vantage point, which is a fair way from where that happens. That looked a little nasty. A high boot that has made contact. Yanni Zizis blows the whistle. His assistant was right there on the scene. How does this situation get handled? The Avondale player is up. I wonder if it's Max Green that took the contact there. It's a South Melbourne ball after all of that. Another single caution here tonight from Yanni Zizis. Killick. Where Papastagiadis take the throw here for South Melbourne. Down the line ball for Angelatos. Kilic misses his target. Falls back to Tanasovsky. Fornaroli. No shot on offer. Georgiot. Murray. Trying to play his man on side. It was Max Green who eventually comes together with the defender tracking him. And Yanni Zizis does blow the whistle in the ends. It's becoming a bit more of a physical affair out there now. Has felt like at times we've had players just going through the motions. More changes coming. Max Green is coming off for Adam Zimmerino.
Avondale FC coming off. Number 11, Max Green coming on. Number 7, Adam Zimmerino.
The sub left to come on for Avondale is Christian Czajewski. Luis Alvarez is the backup keeper. Gibson had to make the choice to go after it and sends it flying into the fence, into the signage here at Lakeside Stadium. Oliver Ansett wearing Max Mikkel's number 22. The long throw from South's number 22. Could well come off. Kilic. Just took a while for him to get back there. But there was a moment where, he might have had a good look and Jack Gibson wasn't happy. He was very frustrated that South nearly had an opening. He wants to keep a clean sheet here tonight, Jack Gibson. Gattoli. Full 360 to find a teammate in space. That happened to be Flotman. Alazar going back to Gibson. Avondale set to play Bentley on Saturday. Their next cup fixture as we start to approach the national stages within the Australia Cup. They'll be away to North Sunshine Eagles after the league fixture against Bentley. Flotman did well. Gattoli, slicing ball for Fornaroli, releasing quickly out wide. Paolo Gattoli drop punts it nearly out of the stadium. Spare ball required. Some of the ball kids were too busy chatting among themselves. And finally, they throw out the spare ball. Antoine Van Wright clears out toward the outer side. Just overhead of Dotherson. Tanasovsky got first touch. Ball's gone out of play. it was a lively affair in the first half an hour. Avondale had 2 goals on the board by half-time. Patrick Flotman and George Ott. It's a 2-0 at half-time. An own goal in the 53rd minute was followed by a Santa Murai goal in the 65th minute. So 10 more minutes and change, 9 more minutes and change for these South Melbourne boys to put up a good showing for their club in the hopes that there might be a more regular senior spot for them somewhere down the line in the future. These league games that they're getting into them could prove so invaluable in the future for the players out there for South. What an opportunity it's been to get regular league football at senior level under their belts, take on the best that Victorian football has to offer. Such a unique situation South have been in this year. This may well be the last chance a lot of these players get. Alizart. Dashing run forward. Ott. Out wide. The strike then comes. Zimmerino gets denied. It's Fornaroli. Van Wright boots it away. Di Lorenzo trying to launch again for South Melbourne. Dolberson coming in to help. George Ott emerges with possession and misfires towards Seta Murai. Does feel like we've got 2 teams that just want to get through to 90 now. Doesn't look like we're going to see Christian Trajewski here tonight. Named as a sub by Johnson Gamano. Fornaroli gets pushed down in the box, waved off by Yannis Isis. It's Papadimitriou on the follow-up. Wins his side of throw. Six and a half minutes left on this Monday night. 7:30 kickoff. Can't say there's too many here. It's the friends and family special here on this Monday night. I wonder how many more we would have got had South had the availability of their normal squad. This was, on paper, set to be a really intriguing game. Avondale would have been watching closely the semi-final South played last week on Wednesday night in the OFC Pro League. Dare say they're more likely happy for South Melbourne to get through to the final. And South not got through there. It would have been a 5-day break coming into tonight's fixture for the regulars. But the loads that so many of the senior players have had to bear may now need to be managed. But the OFC Pro League is over. Alizart being held by Papadimitriou. Still not a single caution here tonight from Yannis Isis. Zimmerino dispossessed pretty nicely as well by Angelatos. Savastavros and Kilik the targets to go to in the box. But Dovison wanted to do it all himself. Campbell Dovison has a league goal to his name this season. 4.5 minutes to go. Avondale still not yet matched their 5-0 win that they got here last season. And they're at 4-0 last year. They're at 4-0 as we speak. Same scoreline they won their last Doherty Cup game with a 4-0 win against Brunswick City. Steph Valentini serving a suspension for 5 yellow cards tonight. Emma Wellsmore not playing. Fornaroli, who's starting to have a frustrating night just personally. He's not had any time and space at all, really. Receives it here. Mo has his initial cross blocked. He won't get a second chance. Giannis Izis allowed the advantage to be taken, and now Kilik holds up his run eventually. Dovison denied. Gattoli, the South Melbourne player, is still down behind play. Yanni Zizis blows it dead now. South Melbourne have blown through their bench, or have they? Ramiro La Madrid is the last named sub that we haven't seen come on yet here tonight. Thierry Papadimitriou, the player that is hurt. Maybe South don't have that last available sub available. There's no movement on the bench. I won't need to take it anyway. Zimmerino gets a corner. Haven't seen a corner for a while here tonight. Barely had one at all here in the second half. If you're Avondale, they're just 5-0. Looks better in the dribble up than the 4-0 they're currently at. Be another fifer for them. They've had a few of late in the league. Against Avondale and Altona and George Cross. All of that good work came undone at the hands of Hume City last weekend. 3 more minutes for South Melbourne to enjoy here tonight.
3 minutes of added time.
South Melbourne have given away 4 goals in each of their last 2 league fixtures. It's now a familiar scoreline for them, 4-0. If it stays as is, it'll be 3 consecutive 4-0 defeats. George Cross and Heidelberg handing out those 4-0 losses. And now Avondale set to do the same thing here on a Monday night. How does the fixture against Hume City on Saturday shape up now? Fornaroli has slipped over, got up quickly enough. Murray. Fornaroli. No, he's just being absolutely swarmed every time the ball comes near him tonight, Bruno Fornaroli. And he is frustrated. Hasn't been able to join the scoring party here tonight, Bruno Fornaroli. And so he will remain on 10 goals going into the home fixture against Bentley on Saturday. Alazat. Doesn't pick out Zimmerino. And with 3 minutes added on, we're nearly through here tonight. 3 consecutive 4-0 defeats coming up the south. It was 4-1 in the cup against FC Bulleen. Antoine Van Wright collecting the ball. Avondale's 8th win of the season coming up. It started with 2 losses, the first of which was against South Melbourne. Yanni Zizis calls time and a final score of 4-0. Patrick Flotman, George Ott, and Sita Murray. What a score is here tonight, an own goal as well from Chaycor Birchmore, I believe it was. Apologies if it wasn't. But I believe that was the player that accidentally knocked it in early in the second half. But we are done here from Lakeside Stadium. 3 points for Avondale. And the final score was 4-0. We look forward now to round 15 in Senol NPL Victoria. South Melbourne away to Hume City on Saturday. And at the same time, Avondale will host Bentley Greens. We are done from Lakeside Stadium. The final score here tonight, South Melbourne 0, Avondale 4.